Hello, Earthlings! Welcome inside 2 League Unlock. Eric and Mark with you here, and we are now less than a week away from the majority of contracts coming up across not just NA, not just EU, but pretty much all the major regions and even minor regions, and already we got some moderately big names going right into free agency. We already talked about previously, it sounded like KT's emphasis was going to be on holding on to Smeb going into 2019. The bot lane looked likely to leave while they officially announced on Facebook that Mata is heading into free agency. He's done. His time on KT is over. 2 years he spent with the team, which quickly puts him at the very top of free agent availability. It's Mata.
Yeah, this is a guy that you absolutely want to be picking up on your team. As we've talked about heading into Worlds this year, it seemed like it was going to be all about the playmaking supports. And early on in the group stage, it actually was a lot about the playmaking supports being able to make a difference for their teams. And Mata, what else can you say about this guy? This guy being putting on him on something like an Alistar. Oh boy, Doublelift has nightmares thinking about him coming at him and just dishing out the CC and damage there. Mata is truly a spectacular player when it comes to making these playmaking, game-changing playmakers right here. This is the top of the list for me right now as a free agent.
I mean, he's universally regarded as a top 3 player at worst of all time. Almost definitively the best support of all time. So yeah, I think a few teams will come calling. I'm sure he'll have the pick of the litter if he wants to stay in Korea, go get paid again in the LPL. This is the only guy remaining from that 2014 Samsung roster that's not only still relevant in the scene, but still top tier at his position. He's going to be dealing with a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, and that's absolutely the thing to remember here about Mata, is that not only has he had that level of success, that track record of coming up in the big time moments for his team here, it's also that he's done it for so long and is still able to do it for his team members here. This has to be someone, if you're looking to pick up a premier player this year, Mata has to be at the top of the list.
And obviously we have to wait for all these other dominoes to fall, but there's going to be a whole lot of availability for him across the scene. I mean, you could maybe go to Kingzone if Prey and Gorilla end up leaving that squad, which it sounds like the team is leaning towards. Maybe there was a rumor that Ming was going to maybe leave RNG. Maybe you go back and play with Uzi and put forward an even more dominant laning phase than when he was on the squad with him in 2016. Maybe he gets that NA money and decides to come to North America and play maybe on Liquid. Maybe TSM says, see ya, mid.
Hey, getting to be able to watch Mata here on the North American time zone would be pretty awesome here.
It'd be weird,
but pretty awesome. But I gotta say, I'm a little sick and twisted. I want to start assembling these Infinity Stones. I want to throw Mata right onto SKT with Faker here. Let's start building up another super team over in the LCK.
Well, we've actually decided, since Mata's in a free agency, let's start making some super teams in the LCK. And we're wondering how much money is SKT willing to spend? We know they want to keep Faker, but if they want to do that, I'm thinking he wants a pretty darn good team surrounding him. So a super team you could look at is basically just KT plus Faker, if you're including someday as old KT. Used to be there, won an LCK title with them. And then Score, we saw him playing at the Asian Games with Faker. It was refreshing to see him have a jungler that's actually proactive and doing something in there. And then obviously the bot lane of KT, that squad's not bad.
No, hey, you're never going to feel bad throwing Deft and Mata into your bot lane. They're certainly going to give you that stability that you need. When you're looking at SKT from this past year, yeah, Bang did provide the carry moments that you want from him, but certainly the likes of Effort and Wolf were not up to standard here. So slotting in Deft and Mata, keeping that synergy there, no problem with me. And then when you're looking in the top lane, yeah, you're getting that retro KT throwing in someday in the top lane there. He's proven himself in North America to still be a premier player that can absolutely hard carry games from that top lane position. Very vital. And if you're not going to get Smeb, Someday seems to be a pretty darn good replacement here on the KT SKT team. And then, hey, Score not going to military for another year. Sign me up. I'm all about the good times.
Yeah, if he's only got 1 year left before he has to do that, you got to think he would want to go all in. And someday, we put him there just because he's probably a little bit more realistic than the likes of Smeb. It really sounds like KT is going to do everything in their power to keep him on their roster. And I'm still not convinced he would go to SKT purely out of his own pride. So someday's probably one of the top available top laners. I might even want him over Khan in that top lane because there's no way Afrika is letting go of Keen. And people were saying, by the way, Huni is streaming or playing under SKT Huni, but I'm pretty sure that's just what his name is in Korea.
Yeah.
So there's nothing there.
Very confident that Echo Fox has a pretty good hold on with Huni, and Huni's got a pretty good thing developing even further so here in North America. But you can't deny that when he did have his visit to the SKT gaming house there, seeing Faker, smiles all around for that crew. But that just seems to be the Huni effect no matter where he goes.
Yeah, and for Mata, you got to assume whatever team he's going to, he's probably going to want to have some say in what that roster is. But we got to wait until all these other players start announcing their free agency going forward, and that's going to happen in the next few days. Last night, eSports Awards. They happen every year because that's how awards shows work. And there was some League of Legends action. You had Organization of the Year going the way of Cloud9 and Rookie, Esports Rookie of the Year. This isn't just League of Legends. This is across all esports. He looks so cute in that tuxedo. It's Whippo.
He looks like he's 14 years old. He does not look...
Which isn't far off what his age is.
Maximum of 15 years old.
Yeah.
That's true, 18, 19 years old, Whippo. But this is incredible. This is a good moment here for him. He really does deserve it. Stepped up major when there was that vacancy for Fnatic with Soaz's injury there, picking up that time and finding a way to help Fnatic out to get to the finals. And then, of course, what can you say about C9 and the year that they've been able to have all across esports and things like Overwatch, CSGO, whatever you want to talk about. Cloud9 certainly had a banner year, and to see them get Org of the Year really does feel correct.
And you saw they're fully embracing the memes, as always. They had all their trophies there, and you saw that little piece of paper that was taped on the back of the wall that actually said Academy Worlds 2018. So just a full trophy case.
They should actually go out, spend some of that real-world cash money, Jack, and get yourself a real trophy for Academy Worlds, because that is a pretty darn good achievement.
But it was an absolutely incredible year for Cloud9. They win the first season of the Overwatch League. They were the first North American team to win a CSGO major, and then you get top 4 at Worlds after being the 10th place team in North America. So definitely deserving for them, and congrats to the squad.
Really an incredible year from Cloud9. The roster changes, everything that went on with them, and everything that they've done that everyone said, hey, Cloud9's lost the offseason. Well, look at it now. Cloud9 losing the offseason.
They won the actual season.
And winning Organization of the Year. Pretty incredible.
Better to win on the Rift than off.